So annoying. So annoying right now what I had to deal with. Restore. Give me all of them. Oh, this is so irritating. What has my dang computer? Yes, are we good? Everyone can hear me? Jeez Louise, Papa Cheese. Yes, I'm late. I'm late. It happens. I apologize. What are you gonna do, right? What are you gonna do? Since we're late, let's make sure that everything else is good to go. Okay, so that's good. Okay. All right, so we're fine with that. My computer wasn't working, guys. I had to completely like reboot it from scratch or whatever. So, but we're back up. We're good. We're rolling. Everything is perfect now. I don't have to worry about this, but we have a lot of things to get to today. A lot of things. What am I looking for? Watch later. I'm looking for watch later. Let me just make sure I have things. This, okay. All right, I don't know if we went through, where's that? Cast members, castle refurbishment, it says first look. Okay, it's not in here. Okay. Okay, we have a bunch of things to get to. Boom, boom. We have the ice cream. We have this. It's just, it's the same. It's the same old, it looks like. There's only like a couple different, and we got to look at the weather for tomorrow too. What is the weather looking like tomorrow? Just rain. Just rain. Just rain. I'm not feeling it. Not feeling the rain. I don't think I'm going tomorrow. I'll be honest with you. Sorry. It happens. Let me turn this down because it's just blasting in my ear right now. It's blasting in my ear, but okay. Let's just hurry up and get this over with, all right? I'm already irritated by, I should have been on an hour ago. Okay. All right, so I think we're gonna watch something because I want to watch something. I don't want to read. This is a 30-minute video though. I don't know if I want to watch a 30-minute video. So let's see if there's anything. Okay, we have this. That's cars. That's cars. Cars, we'll put that there. Closing date, cars. It's like they just have like the same. Okay, that's the same one. There's 3 different sites. Mark. Bro, you have no idea. Bring this over. Bro, you have no idea what I was dealing with my laptop. Or not my... Why? I don't have a laptop. It's a desktop. My computer, bro. It just wasn't... It just wasn't doing anything. It didn't want to do anything. Right?
Oh, hi, Mark.
Hi, Mark. Yeah, dude, I spent an hour trying to troubleshoot my computer, man. Check this out. I get off of work. I have two monitors, but I use one of them for my work. So I switch my monitor to my computer. I step away. I come back. My monitors are off. I'm like, all right, whatever. So I shake my mouse. I'm shaking the mouse. I'm like, all right, it's going to cut back on. Doesn't cut on. I escape, Control Alt Delete, do all this stuff. Doesn't cut on. So I'm like, all right, whatever. I power cycle. Power cycle, it just stays on like the loading screen when it boots up. It's just sitting there, not moving. I unplug the power. I turn it off. I try to get the power off the motherboard by holding the power button. Plug it back in. Cut it on. Nothing. So I call my nephew's dad because he's he knows way more than I do. I like to think I know a lot, but I really don't. I know a little bit. But I only do like IT support. I don't like know a little bit more than he does. So he makes me go to BIOS. I go into the BIOS. We're trying to find because he's thinking it's my hard drive. It's not recognizing my hard drive for some reason. I go into the BIOS, can't find it. I just escape out of BIOS, and then it just cuts on. It just works. And then I scan my drive, no problems. And he's like, yeah, you probably need just like a new hard drive. I'm like, oh, great. Now I have to buy a whole new hard drive again. And I don't even know how. I got to figure out how I replace my hard drive because that's basically Windows. My hard drive that is being affected is the boot up Windows. So I have to figure out how to do that. But I digress. I got it working. We're good. Let's just we'll get the ball rolling. We'll get some stuff going. Okay. We'll figure this out. So let's talk about this first, okay? We'll talk about this first. Okay, guys. So in lieu of Epic Universe opening and them building these new lands that we are going to see in the next 3 to 5 years, roughly. Maybe we'll see something in 2 years, but we don't know yet. Just depends on how quickly they can build these new lands. We have, in fact, some Disney layoffs. It says they lay off hundreds of employees. So we're going to check to see how many. Which hundreds is actually not that many in the grand scheme of things when it comes to Disney. Disney has 100,000 people at least, but we'll figure it out. So first story, Disney is laying off hundreds of employees, affecting entertainment and corporate finance. So it seems like it's people we don't need, but we'll see. Walt Disney Company is reportedly laying off several hundred employees globally, within the majority of them from Disney Entertainment and corporate financial operations. Disney Entertainment is probably about the movies, more than likely, considering that Snow White bombed so hard. According to a new report from Deadline, sources indicate that no teams are being eliminated, but the size of cuts in the film and TV sectors of Disney Entertainment is comparable. What does that even mean? Affected areas include marketing for both film and television publicity, casting, and development, as well as corporate financial operations for Disney. The majority of staffers for Disney Entertainment Television are said to be based in Los Angeles. According to the Variety, Disney is positioning the cuts as enhancing its ability to operate more efficiently. That's how you know that there's probably jobs that are meaningless. Which essentially kind of goes along the lines of what kind of everyone's been doing in the last couple of years or so. Ever since COVID and everybody, just hiring after COVID and whatnot. Now, they're realizing that a lot of these jobs are useless, so they've been cutting jobs. A lot of these things can be done, a lot of certain jobs can be done to AI. And so they're just getting rid of them, Elon did it when he bought Twitter. He cut a lot of people, and the website still runs the same. Microsoft has done that. In fact, they're probably doing more again, from what I hear. So yeah, I mean, all the companies are doing it. This is kind of nothing new, but it does make sense that they're getting rid of people in the entertainment portion where movies and TVs, because lately, I mean, to quite honest with you, they're not really doing so hot when it comes to their movies, unfortunately. Now, whether or not some of these people are responsible, that remains to be seen. Publicity, casting definitely casting definitely needs the boot, because someone's not doing their job there. And development, it was a corporate financial operations. That's fine. We don't need a lot of corporate people doing things, but yeah, so hopefully it's the right people, probably not doing their job, or not doing anything, or has very minimal to do. They're just sitting there collecting a paycheck. This is the 4th round of layoffs and the largest in the last 10 months across Disney TV operations, as part of the ongoing cost reduction goal of $7.5 billion set by Iger at the start of 2023. So this is actually the 4th round of layoffs, and they're trying to cut $7 billion, to kind of make up for investing the $70 billion, right? Earlier this year, under 200 employees of ABC News Group and Disney's entertainment networks were laid off. Before that, 75 were laid off from ABC in October, following a layoff of 300 corporate employees in September, and a round of layoffs at Disney Entertainment Television in the summer of 2024. Pixar Animation Studios also cut 14% of their workforce in May as part of Disney's cost-cutting measures. News of the latest round comes under a month after Disney reported its earnings, where it raked in $26 billion in revenue, up 7% from Q2 of last year, so a year ago. So, needless to say, there is a job waiting for you guys at McDonald's. Put the fries in the bag. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it's good or bad. I mean, we don't know who's being laid off. We don't know the specifics, but it looks like that's 500 people. They've almost 600 people. And then also Pixar, 14%. I don't even know how many that is. That could be any number. It could be 20. It could be 100. I don't know what 14% looks like to them. It could be like 50 people or something. 14% is kind of low. I would assume Pixar probably has a couple hundred. So it could be like 40, 50 people. Something like that. Maybe. But we do have layoffs. This is not new. And they're trying to, cut some corners and save some money, because they have to pay construction workers and, all them to make sure that everything is built in time. And then they can raise the prices for Disney. So that'll be fun too. But yeah, there you go. Disney layoffs, a couple hundred people, good or bad, remains to be seen. Some of them would be as part of the entertainment portion. So you can say that's a good thing, because somebody in the entertainment is not doing their job because their movies haven't been all that great lately. And yeah, and that's it. So we'll see how this affects everyone in the future. But as of right now, some people are out of jobs, unfortunately. So that is done. So we don't need that no more. Or Chipotle, that's right. Bad choices lead to layoffs. That's right. If you guys were doing your job, maybe that wouldn't be affected. So we did have breaking news though today. We had a couple of breaking newsies. So we have an official closing date, guys. An official closing date. What's up, Brian? The closing date for Rivers of America and Tom Sawyer Island and Liberty Square Riverboat, which is basically, it's just that whole area. So we do have a closing date for that. So we're going to get into this because we're also going to watch the video about the Rivers of America and Cars Land. So this is all in and of itself. So let's see how long. This is a little long. Although we do have a Cars area information. Let me see if there's anything else. This is a shorter one. Okay, this is a lot of stuff. Okay, this is a lot of stuff. But we do have closing dates. This is a lot of text. We don't need to know all this stuff, okay? We'll just get to the gist of it. We'll read this first paragraph, probably. Walt Disney World has announced that permanently closing dates for Rivers of America, Tom Sawyer, Liberty Island Square, Riverboat. This comes as Imagineering begins construction of the Cars Land and Villains Land that will replace the area of Magic Kingdom. Dates have been set, when to expect. The construction walls and our commentary. By the way, recap, we don't care. Big permit, we don't care. We now know that this closure will occur sooner than expected. Walt Disney World officially announces Rivers, Tom Sawyer, Riverboat will be closed on July 7th. 1 month and a couple of days from today, 2025. The last day to experience any of these attractions will be July 6th. I do not know what day that is. Somebody tell me. Okay. So that is the actual date. Now, with that, we have also information on all these. Let me see how big this is. Okay, this is small. We have information on... I like this one better. I don't like this one. And I don't like this one. So we'll talk about it. What's up, guys? Appreciate you coming through. Thank you. Thank you. This comes now that Cars does have a look and feel to how it's going to be placed inside Frontierland. And as you can see right here, get that bigger here. Look at that bad boy right there. So as you can see, we have still this walkway right here. It looks like we still might have this little, what's it called? Not a port, a walkway, whatever you want to call it. It does have this little walkway here. It does have something right here. I would assume you can still walk over the bridge right here. So I don't think there's going to be an area where we can walk past, like the extra portion. I don't know. It's hard to tell. And then we have the walkway here, and that'll connect back here between Big Thunder. And then right off the side of Big Thunder, this is probably going to be the walkway area for starting of Villains, right? Closes around Independence Day. That is true. That is true. And then we're going to have this little back walkway here. So this will be open, so we'll be able to walk here as well. Right behind Haunted Mansion. So we'll have a bigger walkway here for more space, and then back there. So that looks interesting, okay? So let's read this. Since the project was announced at D23, fans have been wondering how the world will intertwine with American West. During presentation, Select Media News was informed that Walt Disney Imagineers will define the classic land with Lightning McQueen. Imagineers approached the addition of Cars with the intent of making the franchise fit Frontierland rather than the other way around. Frontier expansion or reimagining, depending on how you ask, necessitates the closure for Rivers of America, blah, 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 blah. Knowing that removing rivers will eliminate a large body of water from the park, they searched for the right frontier to replace it. Yeah. Whereas Frontierland in Disneyland and Disney Appearances focus on the Old West, the land at Magic Kingdom has always been more nuanced. Sections of the land represent different frontiers of early America, transitioning through locals through shifts in architecture, details, and soundscapes. So, as it exists today, pending its intimate change, the story actually starts with Liberty Square, which represents upstate New York. Haunted Mansion is a manor along the Hudson River Valley and the colonial USA. As Liberty Square transitions into Frontierland, it takes on the Midwest. Tom Sawyer's Island specifically emulates the Missouri wilderness, with the Diamond Horseshoe capturing the region architecturally, along with the riverbank where Country Bear Musical Jamboree and Frontier Trading Post can be found. Design is meant to invoke the woods of the country's north. So it's a smorgasbord, basically. It's a smorgasbord. Approaching Pecos Bill and the cafe bordering Adventureland, theming moves to the southwest. Tiana's Bayou Adventure surrounding the area. New Orleans. Finally, Big Thunder Mountain Railroad themed the Old West inspired the natural beauty of Arizona. So, I mean, I always thought Liberty Square right here, I always thought this section, Liberty Square and everything, I thought it was kind of like its own thing, like its own kind of section. I didn't know it was part of Frontierland. I mean, it kind of makes sense a little bit, but not really. I just thought, yeah, it did seem weird that it was placed there because everything else did kind of make sense in its own right. That Frontierland, even though Big Thunder Mountain was more Arizona-y than actual like country, like woodsy, kind of like Country Bears and stuff like that, and like how Tom Sawyer is, it still meshed well. But now that they changed Tiana's, it's coming basically like this. It's becoming weird. So now it's like, no, Frontierland, I don't know, it's just weird. It's just weird to me. Okay, so we have that. Imagine you're set on the Rocky Mountains as a geographical accident, specifically noting that the location was chosen because how lush and integral water is to the landscape. They felt this change of scenery would complement its existing Frontier Maryland and Liberty Square rather than desert location like Big Thunder Mountain. The new area will incorporate many water features, including altitude changes, snow-topped mountains, but would hide what doesn't fit the aesthetic to Liberty Square and Frontierland from the view when necessary. These designs became Piston Peak National Park, which inspired real national parks, classic wilderness cartoons such as Mickey's Trailer, and successful theme park projects such as Grizzly Peak in California Adventure and Camp Woodchuck at Tokyo Disneyland. Piston Peak National Park is named taken from the Planes franchise, which is reimagined and refocused on the original Cars aesthetic. Okay. The above graphic illustrates how Rivers America and Tom Sawyer will become the Rocky Mountains, with a slice of Midwest still left near the northern woods. So that little piece of area, its own section, more colonial America. That's what I always thought. I didn't think it would. Okay, so all they do is keeping this Midwest Missouri and then making this Rocky Mountains, whatever. To blend Piston Peak into surrounds, the architectural theme is meant to mesh parkitecture with caricature between Cars and Big Thunder Mountain. Guests will walk through the latter ride's geyser filled with rainbow pools, and as the land turns into Piston Peak, the edges of said pools will resemble tires. Welcome to Piston Peak. Okay. So there's Tiana's right there. We got Big Thunder Mountain. And then we have this walkway. So let's see this. Okay. This is the front walkway to get into the ride and everything. To the rides, per se. And they do have a walkway here. So like as the cars are coming through, you can actually walk across it. And you can kind of see Tiana's right here when they come down here, I guess. Because this is the dip. This looks like the walkway for Tiana's, the bridge. And then they have this little area where they come down and circle around. And then this is the little walkway area where... Is it the walkway? Or you can't even walk around that? Or this is the whole ride? It's hard to tell. I assume this is part of the ride. So you go here, you go around here, blah, blah, blah. You go in here. Come around here, come up there, through there. I assume this is part of the ride. I assume you probably can't get through there. I don't know yet. We don't know. We don't know yet. All right. So let's see. High mountains, lush landscapes, and rushing waters are meant to fill the gap in Magic Kingdom Frontierland scope and help blend the borders between it and Liberty Square. This allows the area to keep some of its untamed wilderness from Tom Sawyer and kinetic water features like Old Thankful and waters. The land will lean heavily on national park aesthetic with log cabins, lodges, and more. Okay, so that's basically it. So we do got a little picture of what it's going to look like in that area. We don't know if there's going to be any visual spots like we still have for Tiana's second portion of the section when they drop down. Hopefully they keep that. I do like that section, that other section there for it, but we just don't know yet. We just don't know yet. Same map, same information, basically. They do have little like sections, like a closer look at Piston Peak and stuff like that. Okay, we got the closing date. We don't need that no more. We get rid of this. Okay, so there's this. Those are those. Okay. So now we have a video. We're going to watch a video, finally. We haven't watched videos in a long time. We haven't watched videos in a hot minute. So we are going to watch... we're going to watch this one. We're going to watch new details on Pixar, because this one's too long. WDW News Today is too long. We're going to watch this one. We're going to watch from Disney Newscast, so hold on to your knickers.
Listeners, I'm Jack and this is DSY Newscast, and today we have some breaking news regarding Disney's plans for the expansion to Frontierland at the Magic Kingdom. As you see, yesterday I had the opportunity of having a meeting with the Walt Disney Imagineering team behind this expansion project for the Cars area within Frontierland, and they
when am I going to be big enough to where I can do these? I can get exclusive looks. Come on, man. Give me the exclusive looks.
Shared a lot of new details. They also clarified a lot of other aspects about the project, and they also gave us new insight to how they're carefully thinking about making this thematically work within Frontierland. And so I want to share what was discussed in this meeting with all of you. And then also over on Disney Parks blog, we've got a brand new piece of artwork that's a map illustration of the layout of what this Cars area is going to be, which I want to dive into in greater depth. But where I want to begin is actually where this is going to be located. And obviously this is going to be replacing Rivers of America at the
Bye Rivers.
Magic Kingdom. And Disney has confirmed once again they're going to continue with this plan of removing.
They said, "We're doing it. It is what it is."
Closure announcement, as it's going to be closing July 7th, 2025. And so that means that the last day of operations to go say one last goodbye to this whole area is Sunday, July 6th. So Sunday,
July 6th. That is the last day. Sunday, July 6th. And what's funny is this is closing before Dinosaur. That's what's kind of hilarious about this. But then again, they don't technically need to do anything with Dinosaur yet, you know? And plus they need the ride because there's like 5 rides at Animal Kingdom, so.
Calendars now. And on that date, on July 7th, Riverboat, Rivers of America and Tom Sawyer Island will be closed. And they did specify that the construction walls are not going to be completely in place surrounding Rivers of America overnight. The next day, it's going to take them probably a week or two to get everything in place.
It's going to take a while.
And the other thing to mention here is they've got Disney Starlight debuting on July 20th.
So we have a lot of things debuting in July, right? Invitation lost in the mail, exactly. I moved too many times. That's what happened. So there's a lot of things that are happening, man. July is going to be pretty big. June and July are like crazy. So we have this weekend is Muppets is going away. So we're no longer going to have Muppets, right? We getting rid of Tom Sawyer in July. This is debut in July. We just had Villains and Little Mermaid open up. Like this summer's been pretty interesting as far as like news and like when things are closing down and everything.
A couple of weeks later, and you know the walkways that surround Rivers of America, those kind of bridge walkways?
Yes, the bridge.
Those are remaining open, at least in the initial stages of construction, and that's really important because Disney's going to need as much viewing area as possible for this nighttime parade, especially in Frontierland. And it's also vital to get to Tiana's Bayou Adventure via those walkways as well when the parade's going on. So
when the parade's going on, yes.
And the other two things are the railroad and the riverboat. Now, Walt Disney World Railroad is going to continue operating during the construction of this Cars area and Villains Land. They're going to keep it operating.
Wait. Say that again?
Which is during the riverboat. Now, Walt Disney World Railroad is going to continue operating during the construction of this
railroad
area and Villains Land. They're going to keep it operating,
yeah.
which is very good to hear, because the railroad was closed for far too long, in my opinion, with the whole construction of the Tron roller coaster.
It was.
So as of July 7th, the railroad is going to switch to being a kind of shuttle back and forth between Main Street USA and...
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. So it's going to go backwards? Is that what's going to happen? It's going to be like Harry Potter? The train? Harry Potter train where it goes backwards? Interesting.
And the Storybook Circus station in Fantasyland up there, and it will go back and forth. And for those who have motion sickness going backwards, they're going to be switching out some of the benches, so therefore you'll be going forwards in whichever direction of travel
there you go.
you're going. You'll have the opportunity to ride facing forward. And then in terms of the riverboat, I actually did ask about the fate of the riverboat. I have mentioned this in previous videos that I would like to see it repurposed and find a new home at Walt Disney World, so I had to ask about that.
Yeah.
And they said that they don't have any official announcement about what's happening with the riverboat yet, but it is something they're going to be looking into, and I really hope that it does find a new home.
Yeah.
Personally, I would like to see it over at the Port Orleans Riverside. I think it would be great over there, or maybe to the side of a wedding pavilion at the Grand Floridian. Either way.
I do, yeah. If they can move it and put it at least somewhere else, and it doesn't have to move, you can put whatever you want in there. You can have a station in there to where it sells food or something like that, you know?
Way, I think it would be great if they could reuse it and find a new home for it, because it's an important part of Walt Disney World history for that to be relocated. So no announcement yet, but hopefully, fingers crossed, in the future we'll hear something. But I do want to just very quickly address the fact that a lot of people don't want to see the removal of the Rivers America, and they're skeptical about what's replacing it. And I've got to say, from what we were shown in this meeting and what they walked us through in terms of creative, I'm convinced that this is going to thematically work now. As you see, last year in October, I did a video saying that if they go in the national parks direction and the American wilderness, it could be a way to seamlessly integrate this within Frontierland, and that is very much the creative direction they're going in. So I'm very optimistic about what this is going to bring to the Magic Kingdom, and I know a lot of people don't want to lose that body of water, but with the Magic Kingdom being the most visited park in the world, they do need more capacity. And
it literally is like everybody goes to Magic Kingdom, which is the craziest thing. And the second one is Disney. This is interesting. So Disneyland is the second most, which is only by like 500 people, barely, last year. 500 people. Or is that 5,000 people or 500,000 people? Because that says attendance in thousands. So like 1 is 1,000. So that's 10,000. So that's 100,000. That's 500,000 people. So 500,000 less than Magic Kingdom is Disneyland. Change percentage. Okay, these are percentage changes. Okay. Universal Studios Japan. That would be interesting to go to. Dang it. That's another thing that we have to go to when we go to Japan. We have to go to Universal's Japan. Then there's Tokyo Disneyland. And then Shanghai. And then what is Chamelong Ocean Kingdom? I've never heard that before. It got a boost from the last couple of years. Look at that. 180%. It's crazy. Tokyo Disney Sea, because they have 2 parks technically over there. And then Epcot is number 8. That is interesting that Epcot is the second most visited park in Orlando. In Florida. I can say in Florida. I'll say that. It's the second. It's by Magic Kingdom, then Epcot, and then Hollywood Studios. Then Islands of Adventure in Orlando. And then California Adventure. That is so interesting. This is the top 25. And we're only I need to search this too because this is interesting. So yeah, it's the most visited park, which makes sense. It obviously makes sense. It's literally I just know going there too much. I know.
Although the body of water there of Rivers of America is beautiful to look at, obviously it's not guest walkable space, and the riverboat and Tom Sawyer Island are very low capacity attractions. And then this is also without mentioning the fact that this whole project will be something that's completely unique to the Magic Kingdom to come and experience. And there will still be Rivers of America over at Disneyland.
And also villains and cars. This will be totally unique to us. Which I do kind of like, but, you know, I'm mad that other places get unique stuff too. Like, I want Avengers Campus, you know?
Disneyland Paris and Tokyo Disney. But this will be something unique to come and visit Magic Kingdom to experience. And there's going to be a lot of nature. There's going to be a lot of water within this whole area that was not shown in the initial concept art that was released last August for this project, that overview concept art. It wasn't very clear to see how much water was going to be within this area. And as you see in this artwork, there's going to be cascading waterfalls, and there's going to be mud flats, and there's going to be streams, and just little ponds,
geysers,
and like that, all around this land, kind of flowing around the perimeter of this national parks inspired area that you can see here. And you can see there's snow-capped peaks of Piston Peak within this area, which is obviously drawing inspiration from the Rocky Mountain region there. And then you've also got over near Big Thunder Mountain, they're going to be expanding those geysers with the whole Yellowstone National Park feel, and they're going to have rainbow pools and lots of geysers, which by
that does look pretty cool.
Are not just going to be able to be experienced from on the ride, but you'll be able to walk through that geyser field as well, which I think will add a lot to this area. And then lastly, there's just going to be a lot of foliage and tree cover and just that whole kind of national park vibe of like a Yosemite or Sequoia to this whole area. And they actually did confirm that they are drawing inspiration from the movie Planes, Fire and Rescue, because it's set within the adjacent Cars universe, but it isn't going to be directly replicating anything in that movie. So unlike Cars Land and Radiator Springs Races, where it's that movie come to life, this is something that's going to be
so inspiration, but not
Kingdom, but it's
one for one.
Inspiration from Piston Peak National Park in Planes, Fire and Rescue. And they also did speak about how they're looking at this from a national park perspective, the parkitecture, as they like to call it, of what they've been going on research trips for to try and make...
That looks so crazy, though. And that's real life. That's what's so crazy about it. Like, the way the colors blend. It almost looks like a... Like, if you ever had, like, a Jawbreaker or, like, you know, a Gobstopper, and it has, like, different flavors on the inside, and it's just, like, melting, and you see the different flavors. That's what it looks like to me. Like a Gobstopper melted.
Make sure it feels authentic. Instead of it being very cartoony like Radiator Springs and bringing that world of Pixar to life, they're trying to ground this in the realism of the national parks. But there will be a lot of references and Easter eggs to automotive design within the rockwork or, you know, certain parts of the architecture, but it's going to try and be subtly integrated into the land. And then they also spoke about how they've brought Grizzly Peak Airfield to life at Disney California Adventure. And this is actually something I said last year, that if they manage to do something like Grizzly Peak Airfield within Frontierland, I think that that will add a whole different aspect to the American wilderness and the American frontier of Frontierland. And they did say that Walt Disney World's Frontierland isn't meant to be the Old West, you know, the Wild West. It's meant to be more the American wilderness, as it has so many different areas of Frontierland. And so that's what they're doing. They're trying to blend this section into a bit of Big Thunder Mountain, into a little bit of the North Woods area where Country Bear Jamboree and stuff like that. They're trying to make it all thematically fit and tie it together into a more cohesive Frontierland.
Wait a minute. This looks like old Disneyland or something. Right? Because what is that? Oh, no, that is Disney World. I was going to say, wait, isn't that Dumbo? But I was going to say, isn't this Dumbo? But no, that's Aladdin. I'm an idiot.
But then we come to the whole Cars influence into this whole thing, because obviously that's a major marketing factor for this whole thing as well. And they're going to have, obviously, Piston Peak with the snow-capped mountains there. And they're going to also have a massive geyser that's going to be called Old Tankful, which is obviously
Old Tankful.
Old Faithful at Yellowstone National Park, and that will be erupting periodically throughout the day, so that will add some kineticism and some energy to the land as well. And then this triangle-shaped building that was shown in the artwork last year, this is actually going to be like a welcome center or a visitor center for the national park, and this will house the entrance and the queue for the main ride in the land, which is the rally race ride around the land. And
what's interesting to see is that, hey Christian, isn't he Disneyland? No Disneyland updates yet. All this stuff, it has to do with Orlando. What I don't see, all I see is this ride. I don't see anything else for cars. I don't see any secondary ride. I don't see any shops. I don't see anything else.
Also going to be keeping the riverboat dock building, the one that's just off Liberty Square. They're going to be keeping that intact.
Yeah.
They didn't mention this in the meeting, but that could maybe work as some sort of national park style lookout post or something like that. But either way, it's good to know that that's remaining as well. And then also Imagineering gave us an exclusive, which is this character in the bottom right hand corner of the map.
Park Ranger.
A completely new original character for this Cars area. And this character is called Ranger J Autobahn Woodlaw. And if that name rings a bell, it's because this is based off the character from the 1950s Disney animated shorts of the character called J Autobahn Woodlaw, which, if you remember, was in some Donald Duck animated shorts in the 1950s.
I think I remember watching this. I've seen this at least once. It does vaguely familiar. I was about to say, like, why is that name so dang long, though?
And it was a ranger character for the national parks in that. So,
but I remember this.
And they've kind of carified and created a new character called Ranger J Autobahn Woodlaw for this new Cars area. And another exclusive here is that this character will be appearing in animatronic form.
That's what I figured.
Pre-show for
the
rally race ride. And
that makes sense.
Talking about the importance of the rally race and the history of it within the actual queue itself, and then obviously we'll be going on the rally race. Now, personally, I also think it would be quite funny if in the pre-show they refer to him as a kind of parked ranger, because obviously he
can't move
and he's in a national park, it's a parked ranger there. But it's just nice to know
and he
that
can't
we're
move
getting
he's stationary.
New original characters for this whole Cars area, which is the sort of thing which, if they're going to do IP within the parks, this is the way to do it, I personally feel, is to actually bring some originality and play with the story and expand the universe in this way. Obviously, there are ways that you can just replicate things like bringing Radiator Springs to life at DCA, but with this, I really like the direction they're going with.
All right, let's see here. 1848, 1776 Liberty Square, Tennessee statehood. Is that what that's for? And then we got the Louisiana Purchase, and then founding of Natural Park Services. Okay, interesting.
For Frontierland now. Then a couple of last things I want to mention here, and that's sightlines and sound bleed. Now, they are very aware that Liberty Square is the entrance to Frontierland, and that's staying as it is, and they don't want you to be able to see anything, you know, like the Piston Peak of the snow-capped peaks from Liberty Square. They want to keep the integrity of that theming intact. Is a very important thing to Imagineering, and so you.
But you're gonna block my. You're gonna block my sight to Tiana's though. Hey Chris, what's up, man? Yeah, it's a lot of people are upset about that.
Behind the old riverboat dock building there, there'll be a cascading waterfall, a bit like Grizzly Peak Airfield has with the Grizzly Peak waterfall. But they're being very careful with their sight lines of trying to make sure things are contained. So therefore, as you also walk around this new area, there is that kind of sense of discovery and adventure, because that's what the national parks are like. Every time you take a new turn, you're kind of brought to this new majestic kind of vista. At least when I went to Yosemite National Park, that's how it was for me. And also sound bleed. I know a lot of people have said it's going to ruin Frontierland and Liberty Square to hear cars whizzing by and talking and stuff like that.
Well, if they were solar maybe or electric, then maybe we wouldn't hear them.
And I was very much concerned about this as well.
Like we're hearing the Speedway. I swear to Speedway. Tomorrowland Speedway is loud and annoying. And I'm sure they weren't thinking of gas-guzzling go-karts when they thought about Tomorrowland.
Well, well, but that was brought up as a question.
I digress.
And they did mention that they are using all sorts of tools in their arsenal, like background music. Obviously, they can lower sound effects from the cars at certain parts of the track, and also using the landscape itself to act as kind of a sound barrier to try and dampen the sound. And so they're considering that very carefully when it comes to Haunted Mansion and Liberty Square for that sound bleed to go into other parts of the land. So they are thinking about that already. And then the last thing I want to say is it's not going to be renamed. Frontierland is going to be still the name of this land, Frontierland. I know at D23, Meta made the joke Frontierland, but they're not renaming Frontierland to Frontierland. They did say that this whole area will have a name eventually, but it won't be a rebranding of Frontierland. And so that's everything that we found out about this project. They didn't talk about the actual attraction for Rally Race in any way. They'll share those details at a later stage, but we do know it's going to be mostly an outdoor attraction from just looking at that map. And, you know, I do have my reservations about an outdoor attraction in Florida with the torrential downpours of rain that we get in Florida. So bit concerned about that, but we'll find out more about what that ride is going to be like and what it's going to entail at a future point.
We get rain all the time, especially during the summer.
I would like to know, what are you...
Especially the summer. It's literally raining tomorrow, pretty much all day. We have now, the summer's coming for hurricanes. We're going to have to deal with that. I don't appreciate it. It does look interesting. Hopefully it's a good ride. Frontierland, yeah, I know. It does look like an interesting ride. I hope it works. It is trackless, so that, you know, that also has an issue with breaking down. But then again, what ride doesn't break down, honestly? Can you think of anything that hasn't broken down? I think the only thing that doesn't break down is probably Monsters Laugh Floor, because it doesn't really have animatronics in there. I don't think I've hardly ever seen Carousel Progress break down, but it does. I know it does break down from time to time. So there's that. I don't think I've seen Dumbo break down, but I know it probably has. Maybe Tiki Room. And so far, I haven't seen Country Bears break down. I have heard it's break down, actually. So there's not many rides that don't break down. Literally everything breaks down. So, but it looks interesting. I do like, kind of like how they have how it's turned into like a park, like a national park type feel. But again, we won't know, you know, people, obviously people are upset because we're losing a cool, like, aesthetic and ambiance to the park. So it's unfortunate, but being the number one most visited park, it does need more rides, and it does have a lot of rides to begin with. I think it has like 22. It does need more things to do. If they're going to warrant the price, which they're going to raise the price regardless. So that's, you know, and to filter all these people. So let me see. Top 25 visited parks. Theme parks. Where'd they get that? Is it from here? Let's see if they lie. Oh, they're going by 25. See, I don't like it looks like they're lying. I want to no. I want to see I want to see the actual. So this is 2023. Where's 2024? Because this is interesting now. Now I kind of want to know. There'll be a learning curve with Piston Peak. They'll fix any problems when they... Yeah, true. That's true. Let's see. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, here we go. This is for 2025. The 25 most visited theme parks. What's this final score? What is this? It doesn't tell me. It doesn't tell me like how many though, but that's fine. And this only says there's 5 pages. Okay. Oh. 85. Okay, there's 85. Okay, let's just start from the bottom and check this out. Window of the world in China. I don't know what that is. That's fine. Oh, here it goes. It's. Can I get this? How can I get this in a different? I hate how they make it small. OTC Happy Valley. We don't care about that. We don't care about that. Paulton's Park. Home of Peppa Pig World. They have that in England. That makes sense. George. I love it. Okay. El Satre Magico in Colombia. I love it. Okay. We have Parque Mundo Aventura in Colombia. Oh, another Colombian one. Fuji Q Highland in Japan. Warner Brothers Abu Dhabi. Nice. They have a Warner Brothers theme park there? Awesome. Theme Park National Day Cafe. Dream World in Australia. Australia? Yeah, Australia. Fantasialandia in Chile. Motion Gate Dubai. Legoland Billund in Denmark. Interesting. Happy Valley in China. I don't know any of these. Parque de la Costa. Legoland in Windsor, England. Xi'an Fanta Wild Adventure. We got more China. They got a lot of. Well, I mean, China's big, I guess, so they do have a lot of parks, I guess. China Dinosaur Park. Interesting. Ferrari World. Interesting. In Abu Dhabi. Abu Dhabi's got a couple. Okay. OTC Happy Valley. Legoland Deutschland. Legoland's got a couple. Futuroscope. And then whatever that is. It's like their Fanta Wild, but in the city. Okay. Alton Towers in England. Fanta Wild in China again. Another Fanta Wild. So they have a bunch of Fanta Wilds. Fanta Wild. Dino Kingdom. Six Flags Great America in Illinois. They had one in California. I think that's been gone though. Six Flags Great America in Illinois. Parc Asterix in France. Six Flags Great America in Jersey. Hyde Park. Phantasialand in Germany. Canada's Wonderland. Leesburg in Sweden. Chimelong Paradise. Xcaret Park. Nagashima Spa Land. Ooh, Spa Land. Legoland, California. Okay, 46. Parque Warner. Thorpe Park. Universal Studios Singapore. In Singapore. Made the top 50. Ocean Park in Hong Kong. Happy Hari. Okay, here we go. We're getting there. Hershey Park in Pennsylvania. Hershey Park. I'm looking for Dollywood. Silver Dollar City in Missouri. Carowinds in South Carolina. I've heard of Carowinds. SeaWorld San Antonio is in the top 40. Six Flags Magic Mountain. I think that's the one I went to. So that one is apparently still open. Six Flags and Magic Mountain. Would love to go there. Tivoli Gardens in Denmark. Lottie World. I heard of Lottie World, South Korea. Okay. Gardaland in Italy. Ooh, they have a theme park. Port Aventura World in Spain. Kings Island in Ohio. Busch Gardens, Tampa Bay. Number 30. We made it, guys. We're in the top 30. Attendance annual global Instagram tags, Google business reviews. Oh, they even give those. Attendance in 2023. Okay, let's see where we're at now. Busch Gardens, 4 million people in 2023. Busch Gardens. SeaWorld San Diego. Number 29, beating Busch Gardens. Interesting. Six Flags Mexico. Park Walt Disney Studios in Paris, France. What is that? What is that? It's Disneyland Paris. They changed the name, didn't they? I think they changed the name. Okay, so that makes sense. Disneyland Paris 27. Everland in South Korea. Okay. Universal Beijing. Okay. 25. Beto Carroll World in Brazil. Knott's Berry Farm in California hitting number 23 spot. Hong Kong Disneyland. Nice. Cedar Point in Ohio. All right. Now we have the top 20, everyone. SeaWorld Orlando with 4.34 million people. Coming in at number 20. Dollywood, number 19. Dollywood beats SeaWorld Orlando in Tennessee with 4.3 million. Doesn't give an exact, but that I don't know. I guess the score is better, I guess. I don't know. Europa Park in Germany. Puy du Fou. I don't know how you pronounce that, in France. Cheminang Ocean Kingdom in China. Disney's Animal Kingdom at number 15. That is interesting. It has 8.7 million. 8.7 million. Disney California Adventure. It almost beat California Adventure. That's what's interesting. Animal Kingdom almost beat California Adventure, which is... Amber would say it makes sense, right? Amber says it makes sense because she loves Animal Kingdom. That's her favorite park. I do like Animal Kingdom. I love Pandora. I love Flight of Passage. She loves all the animals. And hopefully Encanto and Indiana Jones, hopefully they build that up to where it looks pretty cool and we can have some more rides to do, right? Universal Islands of Adventure coming in at number 13. 10 million people visiting. Shanghai Disney in number 12. Shanghai is supposed to be a crazy park. 14 million people. Hollywood Studios at number 11. I have no idea what this is in the Netherlands, but apparently this is the top 10 most visited park in the world. Pretty interesting. Universal Studios Florida, which is pretty crazy when you think about it, because I really feel I like Gringotts, but Islands of Adventure is a way better park than Universal. Especially now since they got rid of Jaws, they got rid of Back to the Future. You know, they got rid of Kong. Like that. It's amazing that this is in the top 10. I will say. But that was 2 years ago, I guess. But this is a park that definitely needs some love next. After Epic, this is the park that needs the love the most. It really does. Epcot. Why is this mislabeled? It's weird. They put it in the wrong spot, so we'll skip it for now. Tokyo Disney Sea in Tokyo, Japan. Number 7. Now they have 2 parks over there. Disneyland in California at number 7. Universal Studios Japan in Osaka. Universal Studios Hollywood in California, number 5. And then we have Epcot in number 4. So we're top 15 parks. Orlando's Disney parks are in the top 15, all of them, which is pretty good. So number 4, we have Epcot. Number 3, Tokyo Disneyland in Chiba. Technically, aren't they technically? I thought they were in the same spot, but okay. And then we have Disneyland Paris. Wait. I thought we just checked this. Do they have 2 parks? They do have 2 parks, don't they? Hold on, let's figure this out. This is Disneyland Paris. Okay. There is 2 parks. There is 2 parks. Look at this. I did not know this. Look at Mickey chilling. He's like, yeah, I knew you was going to come over here. What is that behind? What is that? Why is it weird like that? Main Street looks like Main Street. Okay. So there are 2 parks. I think 2 parks. Yeah. Oh, I can't wait to see where Epic Universe ends up. Like the most visited. You think you've been to that Ocean Park? Really? Well, we could check it out. I love looking at Google Maps. It's just like you can see everything. So yeah, they literally have 2 parks. Oh yeah, because this is like Hollywood Studios. That's right. I do remember that. And then over here is Disneyland Paris. Over this way, right? Or where is it? I'm looking at the wrong way. Yeah. So over here is Disneyland Paris. Over here is Hollywood, is basically Hollywood Studios. Let's get inside here. They have a Tower of Terror. Look at that Tower of Terror. Interesting. This guy's walking through it. It's just kind of hilarious. I love looking at his shadow just to see like what he's doing. So they have a Stitch Live here. Interesting. Amber's calling me now. What's up? I'm streaming. Oh yeah, well I got done. I fixed my computer and now I'm streaming. So I got busy. I do. Yes. Okay. Okay. I got called out, guys. All I remember is that it had a roller coaster that went down a mountain. Yeah, I'll look at that. Disneyland Paris. And where's this other one? It was like top 25 or something, right? It was somewhere there. And then obviously we have Magic Kingdom at number 1. So that is interesting to see all those. Dollywood is in the top 20. And we do plan on going to Dollywood actually in October. So, I don't know how much we'll be able to do at Dollywood. But I think what we'll end up doing is probably doing a vlog. For Dollywood, but yes. Everyone wish Amber a happy birthday. Happy birthday, Amber. You got 45 minutes left for your birthday. I got chastised because I said I was going to call her back because I was busy trying to fix my computer. And I didn't call her back because I ended up just starting the stream because I was late. So happy birthday, Amber. We were looking at the top rankings for the top theme parks. So we were looking at all the parks and stuff. So that is interesting. Yeah, that is interesting. Let's look to see. This is basically Hollywood Studios Paris. They have a Tower of Terror. Okay, let's go to this walkway. Oh, look, they have the hat. They have the hat. What's this? Is this where they like show the movie or something? This is old because you see Luca. Oh, look, Peter Pan is... Look, you got Peter Pan up there and Tinkerbell. And you have Wendy. And look, you have Anna and Elsa. Look at them. And then you have the man himself. Look at that, Toon Studios. Interesting. So this is the Hollywood Studios Paris, basically. Oh, look, this is like a little... That looks like... Wait a minute. Why? Yeah, it's like a little mini Radiator Springs. That's interesting. Oh, it has like little go-karts or something? I'm trying to see. I'm trying to get around to see it. They're like bumper cars or something. They're like little kitty bumper cars. This is interesting. This is kind of weird, I will say. This looks like a Nemo ride. Okay, we got a little Nemo ride over here. See a little Tow Mater area. Yeah, I didn't even realize this. Oh, look at this. They have like the little paratroopers things back here for the army guys. And then we have a playland. Interesting. How to Train Your Dragon, yes. Yes, she's waiting. She can't wait for it. Comes out in like 2 weeks, right? Like the 13th or something, right? 13th. And this is where they have the Ratatouille ride. This is where Ratatouille came from. Right here, Disneyland Paris. Boom. We stole that. Oh, look at them. Look at them. Look at these guys. So we stole this ride from them because anything, you know, anytime America wants something, we take it. So we stole it from them. All right, and then this is Toy Story area. What is this coaster? Look at this. It's one of those. All it does is go back and forth. It just goes up and down. This is a weak. This is a weak ride. Okay. All right, let's back up a little bit and see if we can. That was Toy Story. You can't go back here because that is. But we might be able to get a picture of it. They have a Spider-Man ride over here somewhere. What is that? Interesting. There's actually people there. Okay. So yeah, that was interesting. They have an... Oh yeah, they do have an Avengers campus. They have an Avengers campus here. I forgot. This is one of the other areas that they have an Avengers campus. Look at that. That'll be interesting to go there too. So Paris has 2 parks. Unfortunately. So if you want to go now, you have to spend even more money to go there. What's cool, they have a McDonald's right across the street. And they have a Rainforest Cafe. Interesting. Disney Village. What's Disney Village? It's like downtown Disney or something. Oh, you can't even really see it. Let's see what that is. Let's put them there. It's just like stores and stuff. Jeez, who took that picture? So, yep, there we go. There's Disneyland Paris. And this big circle, which is interesting. Where is it? How far is it from Paris? It's off the cuff of Paris. So that is interesting. Let me zoom out a little more. Okay. So yeah, it's what does that look like? 2 hour drive maybe from Paris in this circular area. Star Wars Hyperspace Mountain. Ooh, what's this? Can I look at it? I can look at it. That's what that is? I know I'm like... Oh yeah, there's Star Wars right here. There's an X-Wing right here. Interesting. What is that building? Interesting. Okay. Oh, look at these guys. Oh, they have Star Tours also. Nice. Okay. There you go. Well, there you go. All right. Those were the top amusement parks, it looks like. Global amusement and theme park attendance by region. So obviously North America, Magic Kingdom is the most visited. What is this one? I can't tell. This one's obviously either Shanghai or... And obviously I think we have the most theme parks. So that's probably why we're the biggest anyway. 157 million people visit theme parks a year, which is insane number. Just insane. Okay. US states ranked by annual theme park attendance. We're number 1 because we have literally 8 parks here. California has 7 theme parks, so they're obviously number 2. I thought Texas had more theme parks. You'll make it there one day? She wanted to go to Paris since it was 7. I don't know, man. France and all these other countries are wilding out, man. They're wilding out like crazy. All these people are just doing weird stuff. It's just the craziest thing. Where's Tennessee? Tennessee has Dollywood. Tennessee, that's the only park in Tennessee? I want to say there's more parks in Texas. That doesn't seem right. How it says that there's only one theme park, and it's SeaWorld San Antonio. Didn't they have like Six Flags and like all kinds of other stuff? There's got to be more than that. But I digress. Top 10 theme park operators. Disney, obviously, number 1. Universal looks like they're number 2. And then Fantawild. And then Six Flags. Who owns Missouri number 9? All right. Yeah, there you go. You're on the map, son. You're on the map. It's crazy how Epcot is the 4th most visited park. That's pretty interesting to know. It's just weird to me. Okay, we can get rid of that. We don't need to do that. All right, next thing's next. We have exclusive ice cream for Hollywood Studios if you're an annual pass holder. We have the Cruella Ice Cream Sundae. Look at this bad boy. It looks like it's a chocolate waffle cone. Let's see exactly what it says. And of course it's at Hollywood Scoops. Like every good ice cream, it is at Hollywood Scoops. VIP pass holder summer days from May 27th to July 31st. It's $8.79. 3 scoops of cookies and cream ice cream. Love it. Topped with chocolate fudge, okay, whipped cream and mini chocolate chips, served in a house-made chocolate waffle bowl dipped in white chocolate and red sprinkles. Look at that bad boy. Look at that. They do have other villainous treats too, it looks like. The Maleficent Cone. That looks interesting. Hades Ice Cream Float. Now that looks cool. I like that. That looks kind of cool. I will give that one. And then this is our exclusive one. Interesting. I do want to try. I kind of want to try that Hades drink. I do kind of want to try that Hades drink. I ain't gonna lie. I'm not gonna hold you. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, what else do we got here? We have float information, okay? Ding, ding, ding. We have nighttime float information. First look at the final float for Disney Starlight Nighttime Parade and Magic Kingdom. The first look at the finale is called the finale float. Finale float for the upcoming Starlight Parade was just revealed. However, 2 different images were shown by official sources. Uh-oh. The concept art shown at the media host event by Disney depicted the finale float starting with Pluto in a train engine, an empty round float, Snow White and Dopey in a mine train, Rapunzel and Flynn on a boat, Jasmine and Aladdin on a flying carpet, and Donald and Daisy at the end. That's what this looks like right here. We got empty, which someone will probably be in there. We got them, and them, right? However, Disney Parks account on X shared this concept art, which has Goofy in the front with Pluto, while Donald and Daisy are on the round float, and Mickey and Minnie are in the final carriage. So this looks a little bit more like what I would probably suggest. Because yeah, that makes sense. This one does make a little bit more sense. The characters will appear on the floats in the following order: the Blue Fairy, Peter Pan and Wendy, Asha, La Family Madrigal, Elsa, Aurora and Prince Philip, Tiana and Prince Naveen, Belle and the Beast, Cinderella and Prince Charming, Miguel and Pepita, Moana, and then Mickey, Minnie, Goofy, Donald at the end. All of them at the end. So Disney Starlight Dream at Night premieres July 20th. We are a month and a half away. However, we don't know any official times or anything like that. And they have merchandise. Of course, what is an event without merch that you can buy, right? So let's see what we have. Let's start with this. We have a light up headband, obviously. What's a merchandise without Mickey ears, right? We got Mickey ears right here. Looks interesting. All right. We have a limited release pin. We got the pin. We got a bubble wand. All right. Looks like he's holding the lightsaber. We got a t-shirt. All right. It's purple. Not bad. We have popcorn. Okay. Wait, you missed something. You didn't give us this blanket. We have a fleece blanket, okay? But it's not it shows it, but it didn't mention it. Okay? I don't know why, but we have like a little fleece blanket. It is a tiny fleece blanket, to be fair, but I wish they made him a little bit bigger, but then again, it would probably be $100 for him, so. But we do have merchandise for it as well. So there you go. None of us are Disney Vacation Club members. We don't have to worry about this, but basically it says that it says crackdown on members frequently renting points. I don't know what that means. Let's see. Reducing the practice of renting points to other guests for profit. Ooh. Somebody's wheeling and dealing. Look at that. Wheeling and dealing. Let's see. As of June 2nd, members are being asked to confirm that reservations are for personal use. Online reservations have a checkbox to confirm, while cast members over the phone are asking members to tell them if the reservation is for a member, friends, and family, or a rental guest. Further verbiage indicates that the crackdown is primarily aimed at members who are renting out their points as a business venture for profit. Renting points regularly or frequently is being framed as potential commercial activity, which is prohibited in the Vacation Club membership agreement. Updated term and conditions state you are agreed that any reservation made under your membership are solely for personal use and not for commercial purposes as required by governing documents, including but not limited to declaration of condemnation and membership. DMCA reserves the right to interpret personal use and determine if reservations are booked for personal or commercial purposes. Ooh. Key language here is that the Vacation Club is now explicitly defining personal use as not regularly or frequently renting reservations, as hence by deduction we cannot infer their definition of commercial use. Ooh. I mean, to be fair, that's what I would do. If I couldn't go, or, you know, if people wanted to go on my behalf, or like people just wanted to go and be like, oh, hey, you know, you got some extra tickets, you know, like hook me up. And I'll be like, all right, $500. And then they give me the $500 and they stay there, you know. To be fair, that's what I would do. For profit, not good. Yeah, exactly. If Disney's not profiting, they don't want you to profit either. I mean, it's just like the government. It's the Disney government, right? It's just like taxing on stuff that you're selling your own. That's why everyone wants cash, like garage sales and stuff. They don't want any paper trail. They're like, look, this is me selling my stuff secondhand. Why am I paying taxes on secondhand things that I'm selling? Which is why I like selling things on eBay, because I sell some things on eBay, but I hate it because it's like, bro, I am selling my own property. Why are you trying to charge me taxes or taking taxes out for something that I already owned and paid taxes on? It's the most idiotic thing I've ever seen or heard of, which is why I try to do more like, I guess, like Facebook or secondhand stuff. So that pisses me off. But which is why I haven't sold as much stuff on. I sell like little things on eBay, you know, like a couple Pokemon cards, Dragon Ball Z, stuff like that. And some stuff, you know, some things that I find on garage sales that I could probably flip for like, you know, I buy it for $5 and sell it for $30 or something, you know, stuff like that. But yeah, so Disney does not want you profiting. Because the thing is, too, you got to think, because if it's not you that signed the document and then someone else goes and they cause a ruckus or something happens, they don't want to be liable because it's not someone that didn't sign the documents to be a DVC member, you know? So it kind of makes sense. People are going to be mad because renting those points are how a lot of families can't normally afford to stay in those villas. Yes, yeah, exactly. So yeah, there's that as well. All right, let me check the weather, because I'm gonna be honest with you, the weather's not looking promising tomorrow, and I'm gonna tell you that right now. So we may have to go over the weekend to go get your Jaws sip cup, your Jaws sipper. This bad boy. We may have to go when you come back to get this sipper. He's so big too. He's such a puffer, you know? All right, let's see what's happening tomorrow. Wednesday, June 4th. It's literally going to be raining all morning from 8 a.m. So we got 8 a.m. 40%, 50%, 60%, 65, 65, 58, 54, 86, 82, 69, 74, 74, 32. It's literally raining the whole day tomorrow. It'll be sold out. They're going to have more. I know they're going to have more. They're going to have more. I already know this. Look at this rain. If anything, I would drive up there just to get the sip cup. Just to get the sipper. And that's it. I wouldn't even go, because look at this rain, man. It literally is going to be raining all day. All day. It's going to be raining all day. And I don't appreciate it. Let's see if you can order it. Let's see if we can order it. It's not here. Why is it not here? Someone's selling it for $75 on eBay. You already checked it out and it's not on the site? Oh, look at this. Someone's selling their Jaws popcorn bucket for $27. Couldn't find the page. Oh, is that right? It's got to be somewhere, man. Like, why? I'm gonna check Reddit. Sometimes they'll have a link. Because they didn't order a lot and they know they're gonna sell out. I don't want to go up there tomorrow if it's gonna rain like that. First of all, I hate driving in the rain. That's number one. I'm trying. I'm really trying. Listen, these guys are nuts, man, trying to sell. We can probably get one this weekend. That's crazy. Why are they selling it for 27? That's what I say. I had to buy it for like $50. I paid $50 for the popcorn bucket. I don't think they know what they're doing. They're going to trust you and have faith it'll be there this weekend. Yes, it should. It should. I'll try to have faith, right? There's a lot of other videos that we got to go through, but I'm not going to. We'll save those for another day. We'll save it for tomorrow. Maybe I'll stream from home tomorrow or something, right? And we'll hang out a little bit, right? How about that? Boom, boom, boom. Anything else? I'm trying to make sure. Anything else? Oh, you know what I want to check out? Check this out. Are these my likes? No, let's go to likes. Oh, look at this, Amber. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this.
Get out of the car. No, do not feed the zebras. Do not feed the zebras. It says don't feed the zebras. Oh no. It says don't feed the zebras.
Oh my god. Okay, so no way. Jolie, look at the baby cow.
I can't even move. They're
Roll up the windows.
oh my god, Jolie.
And you want me to do this?
He's biting your car, Sierra. Oh my god. Jolie. Oh my god. My car needs a bath. He's biting me, Sierra. Sierra.
Look at that. He broke the car.
Oh my god, my car's broken. Oh my god.
You want me to do that? There's no way. There's no way I'm doing that. Oh, look. Oh, see, yeah, this Lego Toothless, it comes out next month. $70 for the Lego Toothless. Look at them. Look at Toothless. Camels are the worst. You have to. It's so much fun. I don't know. My window's gonna be completely closed. I'll tell you that. If not, it's gonna have a little crack in it. But look at Toothless. He's got the tongue and everything. That's so funny. So there's that. What else? Oh, look at this. They have Jaws wine. It looks like it's at not Winn-Dixie, but it could be Winn-Dixie. But it looks like it's at either like it could be Winn-Dixie, it could be like Save a Lot, or it says it's available at World Market online. But that's kind of cool. They got that. He's so cute. Oh yeah, look at Tom too.
Steve Whitmire will be there. He portrayed Kermit the Frog for many years. Yes, this is the actual prop from Muppet Vision 3D, which we're saying goodbye to next week with a special event called A Glorious Finale. Steve Whitmire will be there. He portrayed Kermit the Frog for many years, and in Muppet Vision, he was Rizzo the Rat, Bean Bunny, and of course, Waldo C. Graphic. He's joining us to sign autographs and tell stories at the Embassy Suites Lake Buena Vista Resort. Tickets available again at agloriousfinale.com. You can come to the panels, you can come to the autograph signing event, or you can come to both. Again, get those tickets now. And if you can't join us in person, you can stream the event and hear all those stories wherever you are. Again, go to agloriousfinale.com. The event is taking place on June 6th, so time is running out. Da, 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 da. Yes, this is the...
I don't know why he had to do that. He was stroking the... Tom Chorus is cool. He's all right. He's not bad, you know. I don't have any beef with him. He does good, you know. He reports, you know, the news, which is good enough. I know a lot of people hate him, though. A lot of people hate him because they feel like he flip-flops. Like, he'll be on Disney bandwagon, and then he'll roast them for a little bit, and then, you know, he lost his, like, press pass or something a while back, and then he got in their good graces again, so now he's on, like, the Disney bandwagon again, and stuff. And so, like, on Twitter, like, people will, like, try to talk to him on Twitter, and like he'll block people or talk junk to him or whatever. But I mean, I don't know if it's him or not, but I don't know. I mean, I don't have a problem with him. He's all right, you know. He's just a guy doing his you know, his theme park thing, you know. I don't know him personally, so why would I hate him? He seems fine, you know. I don't have a problem with him. And look at this. We look at what we got here. We're getting there, man. I don't know why it stops at. It's almost done, and we're testing right now. It's gonna be weird to see what the new track layout is. You know? Where'd they have this picture, but they don't show it, which is interesting. Look at Spaceship Earth. So interesting. I'm trying to see, making sure there's like nothing else or whatever. Oh yeah, this is interesting too though. Check this out. The future is super bright. There's a lot of room for expansion. We're already thinking about how that plays out. New attractions coming, new intellectual properties coming, all part of the philosophy to grow our business. We need some anime. We need some anime IPs in these parks. It'll be so lit. And not even just that, like bring back old stuff. We can still do Jaws. We can still do Back to the Future. We can still do Ghostbusters. You know what I mean? We can still have all those come back. Then we have all the anime stuff. Like literally there's so much anime that you could do and so many cool different things. Like Attack on Titan just in general would be insane. You know, they did the whole thing with One Piece. You know, you have Star Trek. I mean, literally oh my God, man, it would be so dope. Lord of the Rings you could do, like, it'd be insane. So we need that. Oh, look at the marquee for Test Track. We're coming. This is supposed to be opening soon too, actually. Test Track should be opening probably by August or September, I would say. So we're getting that now. We're getting that too. So let's see if there's anything else. Oh, he also said it too. There's no creator out there that wouldn't like to see their IP delivered to the world in a way like you would see in these parts. It actually enhances the IP for further use of the creator. Yes, we need anime. Bring it to us. This is another thing too. Epic should create an 80s portal with all the OGs. Ooh, I like that. So now early park admission, you have Super Nintendo World, Constellation Carousel, Stardust, and Dark Universe. And Dark Universe is now open to early. So that's interesting too. This is in the Disney Store inside Universal Studios, if I'm not mistaken. So they have this marquee up too. So they have all that. Shanghai Disney. Does Shanghai Disney have a second part? No. He's suggesting a second part, which would be Epcot. Which would be interesting. Okay, that would be kind of interesting to see that. I'm trying to think of anything else. Make sure. We charted out the most recent pre-Epic Central Florida attendance data to show where Disney's market share is at. They maintained an impressive share. Oh, I forgot to watch Mickey Views' video. Walt Disney World's market share in Central Florida up until 2023. WDW attendance. Area attendance. Percentage. 63%. They had 63% of market value throughout the years. Look at that. That's insane. That is pretty insane. All right, that is what I wanted to do. Let's watch this. Does Disney do AP previews? They do. They do. We remember we had Tiana. We had Tiana AP previews. So we'll probably get that. Where is Braden? Here he is. It's an hour long. Oh my god, we can't watch that. It's an hour long. I'll probably have to watch it later or something like that. Oh, that's the other thing too. We now have Hagrid's motorbike is going to be accepting Express Pass. So now we'll be able to do that for Express Pass. He went on the private tour at Epic Universe, Tim Tracker. So we have to watch that, Amber. A $7,300 private VIP tour at Epic Universe. Oh my god, that's insane. And these are like hour-long videos. Like I can watch them on stream, but it's like why, you know? It's just so long. So yeah. I think we're gonna stop that for now. We'll be fine. We'll get everything done that we need to get done. Okay, so yeah. That's gonna be it for today. Okay, that's gonna be it for today. Cause my booty hurt. I know I'm not going to the park tomorrow, but we'll have a home stream. Maybe we'll play like Planet Coaster a little bit. We'll watch some more videos. We'll do all that stuff. We'll try to get some content out there so I can chop it up, send it to you guys, and have stuff. Because tomorrow's gonna be a rainy day, and I don't want to deal with a rainy day. It's the worst. It literally is for me. It's a pain in the butt. But yes, everyone. So yeah, I appreciate you guys hanging out with me, waiting for me to start the stream since my computer was breaking down on me. Unfortunately, I don't want to have to buy another hard drive, but I might have to. I don't know. So we'll see. But again, I appreciate you guys hanging out with me today. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Y'all stay safe. And yeah, y'all have a good night. Peace out.